Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. This is a special program on KTV2, during which we will shed the lights on one of the most exceptional cosmic events in the state of Kuwait that will sight the once-in-a-lifetime Green Comet approaching its closest point to Earth. The Green Comet, named C/2022 E3 ZTF, was discovered on the 2nd of March 2022 and spotted from the Zwicky Transit facility in California, but this year it has been more widely visible and could be seen with the naked eye, what makes it so close to fly and so close by. Astronomers calculated that the icy Green Comet had an orbital period, that the time it takes to travel around the Sun, of 50,000 years. That would put its last journey this close to Earth as back in the Stone Age. The comet is thought to have originated in the outskirts of the solar system in the Oort cloud, with NASA describing it as a collection of icy objects farther away than everything else in the solar system. It is so far away that no spacecraft have yet been seen or sent to explore it, though there are some en route. On this occasion, we are honored and interested to host a distinguished Kuwaiti figure who will play and also a brilliant role in his domain, Engineer Abdulrahman Az-Zayadi, the spokesperson of the Space Museum at the Sheikh Abdullah Al Salim Culture Center. Mr. Abdulrahman, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Good evening.
It's a pleasure. Before we elaborate, we'd like to also give you some kind of a report and whatever you need to know regarding this matter. Stay with us.
The exotic green comet that has not passed Earth since the time of the Neanderthals has reappeared in the sky, ready for its closest approach to the planet. Discovered in March 2022 by astronomers at Zwicky Transit Facility at the Palomar Observatory in California, the comet C/2022 E3 ZTF was calculated to orbit the Sun every 50,000 years, meaning that its last tour past our home planet was in the Stone Age. The comet, which comes from the Oort cloud at the edge of the solar system, is coming closest to Earth at the beginning of the month of February, when it shoots past the planet at a distance of 2.5 light minutes, a mere 27 million miles. Comets are balls of primordial dust and ice that swing around the Sun in giant elliptical orbits. As they approach the Sun, the bodies warm up, turning surface ice into gas, dislodging dust. Together, this creates a cloud or a coma, which surrounds the comet's hard nucleus and the dusty tail that accompanies it. Images already taken of comet C/2022 E3 reveals the subtle green glow that is thought to arise from the presence of diametic carbon, pairs of carbon atoms that are bound together in the head of the comet. The molecule emits green light when excited by the ultraviolet rays in the solar radiation. Astronomers armed with telescopes have captured stunning pictures of the comet last year, showing the body's head, dust tail, and the longer, more tenuous ion tail. But the cosmic ice ball has recently become bright enough to see with the naked eye, at least in very dark, rural areas with minimal light pollution. As a green comet is expected to look its brightest against the night sky, NASA described the comet's rare flyby as an awesome opportunity to make a personal connection with an icy visitor from the distant outer solar system. The C/2022 E3 ZTF has been tipped to be one of the very best comet sightings of 2023, as it leaves a picturesque strike behind it when flying by Earth.
Now we would like once again to welcome our engineer Abdulrahman Al-Zayadi, the spokesperson of Space Museum at Sheikh Abdullah Al-Salim Cultural Center, in this exclusive and special interview to provide us with the valuable and distinctive information about astronomy in general and the Green Comet in particular. Once again, thank you so much for being with us. It's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah.
You have a very distinguished career and a job to watch over the sky and see who's going to pass by and who's going to stop by and who's going to do what, correct?
Yeah, and be a literature of Space Museum and space.
That's wonderful. You heard me saying in the beginning of this telecast, this is a phenomenon. What do you think? Is it correct about this is a phenomenon, or maybe people are exaggerating? What do you think?
Well, it's something happen every 55 years because this comet is non-periodic comet. Okay, so it travels to the to the farthest of the solar system. So I could say, yeah, it's a phenomenon to see this comet because even our grandchildren cannot see it because it would be like 55,000 years from now. So maybe there will be like 12,000 generation to be able to see it.
So it is a phenomenon. People are not exaggerating.
But the question is, can we see it that clear? This is the question about.
This one leads me to my next question. People are so anxious to look in the sky and see what exactly is going on or where it's going to land. Is it going to hit us? Is it going to pass by us? Or what's going to happen? That's one. Two, do you think it's kind of a little bit detrimental and harmful to the eyes, to the naked eye when you look at it in the clear sky or not?
So actually, yeah, it's most of astronomy enthusiasts and space enthusiasts are trying to see it and look at it, and there have been many great pictures in the social media. And actually we have some pictures here we could show you about the pictures that we took as a part of the Space Museum in Sheikh Abdullah Salim Cultural Center. And yeah, people are happy about it. It's distinguished by its green color, and this is attracting.
Hued, they call it hued, common hued. That means multicolorful, correct?
Yeah, it's given that this greenish
color. Is it like
color.
a rainbow or something like that or not?
No, it's like white to green.
White to green only.
Yeah.
Just like you see in the movies, like the Green Lantern. You know, when he has the ring, something like that, and the rays.
I have seen videos of famous astrophysicists talking about the Green Lantern in terms of this green.
What
comet.
about the science behind it?
So the science behind a comet actually is it's like an asteroid. It's a rock and have lots of gas in it. So when this comet reaches come close to the sun, it will these gases will sublimate, which means it will go from solid state to gaseous state, and it will become hotter because it's closing to the sun, and it will release these particles, and also it will release an ionized gas, which is plasma, which gives us this colorful. So comets are unique because they have this tail around them, and they are very attractive to the eyes.
What do you mean tail? Like an exhaust system? They have the fumes?
No. This is just the particles that left out because of the gases that evaporating from the ice.
While it flies, that it leaves some kind of debris behind it.
Exactly. This is what's happening. And what's astonishing about these debris?
You made me curious. When you say debris that it leaves behind, do you think that these debris is going to fall safely on Earth or not?
Have you ever heard about meteor showers?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, because we
not in the Middle East, it happens somewhere in America, and
actually we could see it here in Kuwait. We saw some. If you go to a dark sky area, you would see some. Because why? Because we are passing by a trajectory of a comet or an asteroid. Yeah.
And you've seen it?
Yeah, you could see it. Have you seen one?
Nope.
No?
No.
None?
No.
Okay.
I'm too busy to look at the sky. That's not my
Okay.
job. That's your job.
Yeah. So yeah, you could see it. You could see actually also like this is like a phenomenon that sometimes happens. You could see a meteor storm, which is like hundreds.
Storm?
Yeah, hundreds per minute.
Just like a barrage. Something
yeah,
like
barrage of
Something.
And these are just tiny bit of particles.
Particles. Doesn't
Yeah,
hurt us, does it?
No, it doesn't. It could land, but there is no.
As long as it doesn't hit my car, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Kuwaiti astronomer and historian Adil As-Sadoun affirmed that comet C2022 E3 is approaching the Earth, and it is forecasting to be seen on February the 1st and the 2nd. In a special interview with As-Sadoun, he noted that people are able to view the icy comet with the naked eye, marking the first comet to be seen without equipment since 2 decades away. Stay with us, we have a special report regarding this matter.
Today, the state of Kuwait is witnessing the sighting of the comet in its sky for the first time in many years. During the night, land pioneers can see it.
We can see it because the magnitude of it become under 6, become 5.5. That time people can see it by eyes in the dark place, not in the cities, because you need this. He's not very glowing. But by binocular these days we can see him by telescope. He appeared like a green color, and he have 2 tails. Usually the comet have 2 tails. One tail consists of the dust, which it's in his body. The other one is ionized tail.
The comet started a long journey from the outer regions of the solar system from within the Oort cloud. And as it gets closer to Earth, the comet's brightness and size of vision will increase.
Actually, this comet been discovered in 2022, last year. When they discovered it, actually, after many days, they know that this comet, he came before 50,000 years. Because the comets, they are different type or period of go around the sun. All of them go around the sun. Some of them 4 years, some of them 10 years, 100 years, 1,000, some of them 50,000 years. So he go to the edge of the solar system and he come back.
It is expected to approach Earth at a distance of 41.9 million kilometers. To Kuwait English News, Hadi Al-Fahd.
Welcome back. We're still with Mr. Az-Zayadi. People are wondering, and you have mentioned that it has some kind of distinguished color, green. Why green? Why not black, white, red, yellow?
Yeah, so this comet actually has lots of the particles, the gases that comes out are ionized, and because they receive solar winds from the sun. Part of the solar winds, there is UV light, and actually the molecules inside this comet, that extracting from this comet, some of them have a bond of diatomic carbon bond, and when they receive the the UV light, this bond actually will break, and by breaking this bond, it will give an energy. That energy is sort of some sort of light, which is in the spectrum of a green color.
That's why.
That's exactly why. Yeah.
You're talking about the component of the whole thing. You said something. What is it? Say that again, because it's kind of difficult to say.
Diatomic carbon.
What is that?
It's like some of the molecules have this. They bond. Some of the carbons in this molecule, they bond with this diatomic, which is
you mean like they galvanize together, something like that?
Yeah. So this is how they are joined together. This is the bond between these carbons, and by the UV light, when it hits this bond, it will break it. This is what gives us this color. Yeah.
Why is the comet name is C2022E3ZTF? Why?
Okay, so I'll give you a story. Actually, in the 1700s, there was an astronomer called William Herschel, and he was also a scientist in other fields. So he and his sister developed and made a modification of the reflecting telescope, and they discovered the planet Uranus. But they didn't call it Uranus; they called it George.
George.
Yeah, by the name of the King George. So then scientists had discussed this, and because we cannot name a planet, like we cannot say that we saw George, and then the George risen, and George, we went to George, and we came back from George. So they needed an idea to put, they needed a rule to govern this. So what they did is that they made a rule that all the planets' names should be after Roman gods, and all of the moons should be by Greek gods.
Before I give you a break, your answer leads me to something else. This is something else than the comet. The hurricanes that hits the United States, they named them after like female names. Why?
Yeah.
Quickly, please. Any
I don't
ideas?
know, actually.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
They said whoever discovers them, they named the hurricane after her. Is it correct or not?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. You hold this thought because we have to break away and come back to you.
Okay.
Stay with us. When we broke away, our dear distinguished, he said, I did not finish my answer. Please go ahead. Go ahead, please.
So I didn't explain why the part of, why it's named like this. The C part is just, so they put a rule, they put a rule.
That's all right, go ahead.
Yeah, so they put a rule for naming other celestial bodies. So this one, the IAU, which is the International Astronomy Union, started putting something because they discover lots of comets every year, from 100 to 1,000 comets every year. So the C part is just, it means that it's non-periodic.
Did you say 100 to 1,000 comet every year?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nobody paid attention to them.
They do, like this one.
Okay.
This was discovered.
But this one, it's taken the whole publicity. The others ignored. Why?
This is a non-periodic, which means it's like it travels and it doesn't come to be seen by the naked eye. Yeah.
You have to have some kind of particular equipment, like what is it?
They need like
big binoculars, something like that.
Telescopes, yeah.
Telescope.
Telescope
That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay, what makes this one here is kind of a little bit distinguished than the others, that it is going by Earth? Why? Why this one in particular that you have all the focus, all the, the concentration on it?
I think because we can see it in most part of the world. Okay.
I mean, everywhere in the world can see it now.
Not everywhere, but it's like most of the countries could see it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And it's also a non-periodic, so it's we could see it now, but we cannot see it like other comets. Like for example, Halley's Comet, you could see it like maybe twice in your lifetime. Mm-hmm. It comes within 76 years. Like people in the 1986 saw it, and we'll see it in next time in 2060s. Yeah.
Any significant effect it may cause on Earth, on our livelihood, anything at all, when it passes by?
When it no.
No, nothing whatsoever.
No, nothing. It's completely safe. Look at it, enjoy it, take pictures of it. It's totally safe.
Totally safe.
Yeah.
You're responsible for that. Okay, what about the difference between the comets and the asteroids and the others?
Yeah, so a comet would have this unique tail because of what you discussed earlier. Mm-hmm. An asteroid is just a rock passing by.
Passing by.
Yeah, and usually asteroid comes from the asteroid belt, which is between Mars and Jupiter. And but this one travels the farthest side of our solar system. Mm-hmm. It's completely very far away, spends most of its life far from the sun. And when it comes by, it will heat up and give us this great phenomenon. And meteorite, for example, it's a part of the comet or an asteroid that goes to Earth, that enters Earth. Sometimes it will land, sometimes it will not. And if it will not, we call it meteorite, and if it will, we call it meteorite.
So there's a different in names
yeah.
regarding the events itself.
Exactly, yes. Yeah.
So you can distinguish this from the others.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people are curious and they love to see something, out of the ordinary, like phenomena, probably this one here or there, and the asteroid and the comet. Why do you think that the Kuwaiti in particular, they are beginning to be more astronomers and they think that it may change the world, like, the human being curious by nature? What happened? Why?
I saw this enthusiasm in lots of people that come to the museum. Mm-hmm. Yeah, about space and astronomy and the world. Because when you go into this field and see just like how this universe is big, and if just to compare it with the solar system, it's something big. But we compare it to the universe, it's something you cannot imagine. Mm-hmm. And it will give you lots of ideas. Most of the ideas that we have in physics and science explain great phenomena coming from space. Yeah.
Do you think astronomy is heading towards optimistic directions for Kuwaiti enthusiasts? You keep saying enthusiasm, and I believe that you are enthusiasts more than the others. Mainly the young people. Do you agree with that or not?
The young people, yes,
mm-hmm.
and also not only the young. I have seen even people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s pop their eyes when they know about the universe, when we explain it to them in the museum.
Is it because they are retired? They have nothing else to do, or what is it?
I don't think so. It's because these ideas are mind-blowing. Yeah.
Okay, you stick around. We have more. The Space Museum at Sheikh Abdullah Salim Cultural Center explores both the historic achievements of various space agencies around the world and provides a glimpse of what the future may hold. The museum, with 4 galleries and 110 seats, planetarium creators, and futuristic museum exploring topics from the Big Bang to space travel and our place in the solar system. For younger visitors, and the Space Academy Gallery provide children with opportunity to experience the first-hand come of exciting training exercises, tasks carried out by astronomers. Here are more details in the report about the Space Museum at Sheikh Abdullah Salim Cultural Center.
Space Museum at Sheikh Abdullah Salim Cultural Center tells a story of human endeavor in pushing boundaries of technology and human endurance to explore space and discover more about the universe. As part of the Sheikh Abdullah Salim Cultural Center, the Space Museum interactive galleries give visitors a chance to get involved with a range of activities and exhibits that bring them closer to life amongst the stars and planets from the Big Bang to our place in the solar system. The 4,300 meter squared Space Museum contains 3 galleries: Space Science, Space Exploration, and Space Academy, alongside a 110-seat planetarium telling the story of planet Earth, the universe, and space exploration, and an immersive interpretation of the International Space Station. At the center, the planetarium was designed and built as part of the exhibition fit-out, including the structural development and engineering for its traverse and the ground and mezzanine floors. Amongst the various space vehicles, communication devices, satellites, space telescopes, and planets suspended with the gallery sits a full replicated recreation of the International Space Station ISS, which engulfs the entire gallery. Visitors can design a spacesuit, clear up space junk, build their own spacecraft, and fly a space plane. A scale model of the International Space Station houses films and interactives that convey the challenges astronauts face while living in and carrying out their experiments in space. The Space Museum was nominated for 4 international awards and shown at various full-dome festivals around the world.
Mr. Abdurrahman Al-Zayadi is still with us here, and you are a very distinguished person talking about the comet that is going to pass the state of Kuwait and the rest of the world. Let's talk about your career. Let's talk about the place that you represent. What exactly it does to educate the public regarding this matter?
So what we do in Space Museum is that we have replicas of
Replicas.
Yeah, we have some replicas.
Uh-huh.
We have some lots of information about space and the recent space exploration and the history of space, and we'll give you a glimpse even about the ideas and the physics behind space and all the phenomena you could ever think of, from black hole to dark energies.
What is that?
It's believe it or not, in the middle of our Milky Way galaxy there is
Milky Way.
Milky Way galaxy.
It's not a chocolate. This is a galaxy.
This is
Okay.
yeah. This is where the name comes from.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so inside it there is a supermassive black hole that is. We go around the sun, right?
Okay.
That's because of gravity.
Okay.
The sun and the 200 billion stars in our solar system, like our sun, or bigger or smaller, all of them go around the center. The center have a supermassive black hole that even light itself cannot escape from the gravity of this black hole. That's why we cannot see it. That's why it's without a color, without anything. It's black.
Sheikh Abdullah Salim Culture Center, what kind of opportunity that gives the public? What exactly that they can provide the public instead of going and visiting, and just like you mentioned, that you have the, get acquainted with the world, how it started, and what's exactly is going on. What other opportunities that this particular facility provides to the public?
So we'll provide you with the recent astronomy events, and we'll provide with the recent astronomy science. For example, we will show you, for like in October, we have we had a workshop where we view the solar eclipse, and also before that we have our telescopes, which we give a workshop to see the celestial bodies, and also we'll give a live shows sometimes to explain for example, the discovery, the first image of our supermassive black hole, and the newest 10 billion telescope, the James Webb telescope, and we will talk about that too. And also the largest telescope, which is the Event Horizon telescope. That is a telescope, we give you an idea that this telescope have the size of Earth, that could see farther away.
One final question, Mr. Zayadi. Sheikh Abdullah Assalam Cultural Center Space Exhibit gives an audience the unprecedented opportunities to explore the wonders of our universe. Could you tell us more details about this? And what about the center's hidden games? It's not the games, excuse me, that's the gems.
Oh, okay. So I'm glad you asked this question.
Well, games and the gymnastics is some kind of familiar to, yes.
All right. So, for example, we'll give you an idea how the International Space Station works and what's inside it, and we'll give some workshop on how to become an astronaut. We did that before and we're doing it again. And also we have the planetarium. The planetarium, we could let you see how the sky looks like now, hundreds of years from at your date of birth, and we'll explain to you where to see the North Star. And we have documentaries. You could see everything without the 3D glasses, because it's a spherical dome, half a sphere. You could see everything without, and it's one of the best in the Gulf area. We have, for example, meteorite from rock moons, meteorite rock rooms. Moon rocks.
Moon rocks, okay.
You could see it. We have two of them. You could see it. And also we have meteorites from Mars.
From where did you obtain these objects? Rock moons?
Moon rocks, yeah,
moon
meteorite.
Rock. Okay.
This actually, we didn't bring it from the moon.
Okay.
No, this actually...
simulation, something like that.
No, if you see like a zoom out image of the moon, you will see it that have lots of craters. These are because some asteroids have hit the moon, and because of this collision, some fragments comes out.
They've been hitting the moon for the last million years and still standing.
Yeah.
What a strong body.
Yeah. The moon, that's because the moon, part of it because the moon doesn't have an atmosphere like we do, which protects us.
Mr. Zayadi, thank you so much. It was an enlightenment information you gave us, and I hope to see you once again in a peaceful comet that is going by. It doesn't gonna hit us, correct? It's not gonna hit us.
No. I hope you come to, because we discussed earlier. You didn't come to the museum, so you have to come.
It
we'll
would be
be happy
pleasure.
to welcome everyone, and we have great opportunities for all of you. We have workshops, we have live shows. We could help you even take a private tour in our museum.
It would be our pleasure to be around you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
This is it for tonight, the exclusive interview with our brilliant, very brilliant guest, engineer Abdulrahman Al-Zayadi, the spokesperson of the Space Museum at Sheikh Abdullah Assalam Cultural Center. It has been a pleasure to host you. Thank you so much, and continue watching KTV2 right here. Bye-bye.